I talk about my drawings of today. I'm doing this little thing while I was drawing. I am saying this now as someone who does drawing and posting stuff for fun. I'm like, I know I haven't got a head for business. I definitely do not. I'm like, already have enough time trying to make sure I do my taxes right every year, like it's a struggle enough as it is. And what I can say here is I live in Australia for starters, so I don't even think the Creative Fund is optional here. I mean, there are some Australians say they're starting to get it, but from what I understand, half the time TikTok does not offer these creative funds to people unless they have videos that are popular enough to constantly get a lot of comments, and my videos barely get that on a regular day. Or maybe just there's only like a very rare amount of videos that will get like a good amount of likes. Honestly, I'm not super popular. I just do stuff for fun, and I don't care if I'm popular or not. I'm doing this because I like sharing my drawings. I'm not doing this to gain popularity or anything. I just draw and talk about my hobbies and stuff because I like to talk to people. I'm not doing it to get some business out of people, because half the time I've seen people, once they start trying to get money off of TikTok, they've constantly have to beg people. I've seen these videos. Most Australians that I've been watching have not been begging people for videos because they don't get paid for it. They're doing it for fun. They're not a part of the Creative Fund. Outside of Australia, I mean, I don't even know, from what I've heard from some Canadians who actually get creative funds from their YouTube and here on TikTok, they said they've had to jump through a whole lot of hoops to get there. And from the certain ones who actually do get paid, some of them say they get burnt out a lot because they have to go through so much shit just to be able to get paid through this. Like, they have to constantly ask people, to sit here and try to watch through the whole video and then comment and maybe even give a like constantly, and maybe to get people to subscribe. And the same with YouTube, they have to constantly get people to get engaged and stuff. And then they slowly change from who they are as a person because they're constantly constantly trying to get your engagement, because they have to constantly change themselves, and they're no longer their original selves when they first made the video, and they no longer have fun. They're constantly stressed out. They're constantly getting burnt out. If you want to try and get into that rat race, it is not easy, because half of them also have to get sponsors, and then they would constantly have to sell you stuff, and not all of the stuff they're selling you is probably decent. Some of it turns out to be crappy, because then you have some other channels that are reviewing this stuff. And I've seen on regular from some of the ones who started out genuine. Some chocolate cat and other drawings, some savory stuff, But they are constantly burnt out, stressed out, and then they have to try and get the tick here. And I've already seen so many people are stealing content from other people, and I'm like, even me, half the time. On my part, stuff's getting stolen half the time, and my sister's got her stuff stolen all the time. If I could recommend it as a good opportunity for people to do, then go ahead. If you can figure out how to get through all the paperwork, figure out how to get through all the drama, to get paid to do what you're doing, then I would recommend it to you. But half the time, if you can't find a niche and you can't find an audience, you will be constantly day to day, and then you're going to have burnout. Those people who are like me, are just doing it for fun. We don't suffer burnout because we don't do this all the time, because we have other jobs that we rely on. It is a very few collection of people who can get money off of TikTok and YouTube, and half of them are over in America. And some, I think, are in Canada now are getting it too. But a lot of Australians, I have not seen many, but it will change how the content is made, because half of them will then have to rely on you guys commenting on their videos all the time, you watching all their videos, at least maybe some of their videos getting likes from a cool group, not from just the same person all the time, would have to be a different group all the time. It's a drama I don't want. And then, of course, if you're going to get an income from it, you will have to get taxed from it. And it will depend on how much income you get, because as soon as it gets to a certain level, you will stop getting your tax returns, and you will just be paying tax every time a tax comes up, and you will not be getting any returns whatsoever, because it will depend on what you have to do. Like, you'll have to make sure you keep everything in record, like the equipment you would have to buy to make sure they make it as your main thing. Like, as I said, YouTubers and TikTokers who are doing this professionally have to buy special equipment just to get it to constantly work. I just have a phone. I have no computer for what I'm doing here. I would have to set up a whole new range. I would have to pay a lot more money than I'm getting back. Because from what I've heard, some TikTokers don't even get paid that much unless they can keep engagement like big time. And I know half of my videos are not that popular. Some of them are just sitting there dead in the water. Some of the times I end up just going back and deleting them because I'm like, ugh, what was I thinking when I made that video? But some of the videos, I like them, but they don't get anywhere. They maybe get like 6 likes in general. And maybe 1 comment from somebody. You would have to be extremely popular to even get paid. Or very lucky. And I'm like, haha, I do drawings. I love talking to you guys. And I do not want to add that pressure on. Because I don't want to suffer burnout. I've seen it happen to many creators, even on both YouTube and TikTok. They get burnout and then they need a break. I want to be able to live my life outside. I do not want to be constantly on my phone because I do need a break every now and then because constantly I will get headaches and stuff. And I'm already underweight as a person. I have a terrible back and I need to go do some exercise now. And I have to go, I'm already seeing a chiropractor. I'm already got a pet and family and stuff. I do not want to isolate myself even further because half of these people who do YouTube and TikTok as a main source and don't do anything else on the side, and those who maybe can juggle 2 things, they don't have time for anything else anymore. They're on their phones constantly. Are they actually able to have a life outside of TikTok and YouTube? They have to go with this persona that they do all the time. They have to be super careful what they say online. You already should be careful what you say online. But this is the side of things they don't say to you. Like, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not being pressured to sell stuff to anyone because half the other TikTokers will be pressured in, especially if you're getting the creator fund, you will be pressured in to start selling stuff to people. You will have to be wondering, what are you selling to people? What are you doing? What are you, like, what persona you will have to just try to get people to engage in your videos all the time. A dead video will cause you trouble. It's a stress you will be adding on to it. It's like you will have to every day make at least how many videos a day just to see hopefully that some of them will get some likes. And I'm like half the time, I have other things in my life. I would like to actually live life. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go and do some exercise and get going. But anyway, thank you for watching. But yes, Australia does not get the creative TikTok fund, really. And I'm not going to jump through all the hoops to try and get it. But I mean, not just tax. I don't want to be having to force to sell you guys stuff. I don't want to have to change who I am as a person to try to get you to engage. So I'd rather you guys here because you want to be here, not because you were already stressed on wanting me to keep this going. You're here because you want to be here, those who are here. I'm not going to force that on anybody. I'm saying the same with my other thing. It's like, I don't want you here because you feel like you owe me something. And it's like, I swear, that's the weird engagement. And like, I'm a person. I want to keep myself private. I don't want to end up becoming some face business that's constantly like, part of me will probably not be a genuine person anymore making these TikToks and YouTubes and stuff like that. I've seen the burnout. Like, there's still some good creators, but half the time on the end, they start changing for who they are as a person because they have to get a business out of this and they rely on it. But like, what will happen, like, so many times TikTok's been almost banned and deleted and the apps sort of slowly didn't want to work. I don't want to rely on something that might not even be there in the next year. But anyway, thank you for watching. But yeah, I don't get a creative TikTok fund and I'm not going to even hope to try because I'd rather still be me and still be able to enjoy what I'm drawing and everything. I have a job. I'm getting paid. And I'm constantly already have enough things in my life to deal with without adding more pain to it because half the time I can see the burnout already happening with some of the other creators, the stress. When TikTok only got banned a few other times, I don't want to join that group.